Thank you very much.
Okay, and Tommy, I want to take just a second to talk to you and congratulate you on something. You and Ted DiBiase, of course, in winning the Georgia Tag Team Championship.
Thank you very much, Gordon. You know, Ted couldn't be here today. He had previous engagements, and but I'm here, and it's good. Like I said, it's good to be in Georgia, and it's good to have these belts right here too.
Oh, just a minute, old boy, just a minute. You know, Gordon Soley, I feel so good, just like I knew I would when I received this letter right here from Charlotte, North Carolina. You know, I would like for you to take a good look at this right here, Tommy Rich. No, wait just a second. Wait just a second. No, well, I forgot you can't read anyway. Go ahead and read this to the man right here.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, it's a letter addressed to Mr. Paul Jones, Georgia Championship Wrestling. Dear Paul, Mr. Snuka and Mr. Gordy have filed a protest with the NWA concerning the defense of the Georgia Tag Team Championships on July 19th, 1981 in Atlanta, Georgia against Tommy Rich and Ted DiBiase. Based on the information supplied to us, 1, the official assigned by the NWA was injured during the contest and was unable to continue. Number 2, Mr. Mike Hayes then entered the ring, counted Mr. Snuka and Mr. Gordy down, and awarded the match and the Georgia Championships to Mr. Rich and Mr. DiBiase. Did that happen?
Yeah.
Well, it did happen. All right. Mr. Jones, it is our decision that the protest filed by Mr. Snuka and Mr. Gordy be upheld and that the Georgia Tag Team Championship be returned to them.
Yeah, that's right. Take a good look at it, boy, if you can read it there. Yeah, them belts right there is going to go around these ways where they belong, boy. Can you understand the letter?
Take a good look at the letter, boy.
Who's out here crying the blues, Gordy? Who's crying the blues? You talk about how bad you are.
Hey, but that's all right. That's fine and good. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Hey, but I want to tell you something, Gordy. It all ain't over yet,
boy,
brother. Yeah.
Why don't you just go on? You're not a champion no more. Everybody out there, you're looking at the champions right now. You know, just like it should be. Now, you know, you just read on that, Gordon Soley. Second of all, the thing it says right here that Michael Hayes interfered. You know, I would like to call Michael Hayes out here right now if he's got the guts to come out here and face me face to face. Yeah, we want Michael. Yeah, where's he at? Yeah. Yeah, that's it, brother. Yeah, he's just too ticket. Where's he at?
Well, I'll tell you what now, gentlemen. An interruption here, but Michael Hayes obviously heard that comment.
Yeah. Well, boy, I'm glad you had the guts enough to come out here. I really am. And you know, I would like to say a few words to you, Mr. Hayes. You know, we've been down a lot of roads together, boy. And you know, you made a big mistake by sticking your nose in my business. And I don't appreciate it at all. And you know, I'm sure you remember this right here, Mike. I'm sure you remember that. That is the cup that you gave my boy when he was born.
So what's the point?
What's the point? What do you mean, what's the point? Hey, I don't want to have nothing to do with you, and I don't want my family to have nothing to do with you, and especially my boy. So here, you just take this back, okay?
No, I gave that to Ray.
You do it. Now, here, take it, give it to your old boy when he's born, okay? Because I don't want my boy to have no reminders of you. You understand that?
Now, you wait a minute. Now, you wait a minute, man. Now, I ain't got nothing against your family or your son. I got that for him. I got that for him the day he was born, man. Now, that is immature. I tell you what, Terry, the only way we're going to get this settled is for me and you to get it on. Now, that is ridiculous, man.
Well,
look, that was a silver cup. Look, do you see how we had to look?
yeah. Well, I don't think there's much more to be said about that at this time. Individual approaching. Bruiser Brody has just moved in on the scene.
Gordon Soley! Let's get
something straight. 4 times. 4 times I've been in the ring with Cowboy Mulligan. 3 times I won. 1 time the referee said he won. Let's get something straight. A lot of people talking about championship belts, winning, losing. Are they nuts? Let me tell you something. Where I come from, it don't matter whether you win, whether you lose. What matters is who can pick themselves up by their britches and walk out of that damn ring. When Mulligan was laying flat on his back, buried in his own slop, them 2 honky brothers showed up. And I say honky brothers. You know, let me tell you something. I know that Mulligan, after the last Omni show, was toted off for 24 hours of observation at the Brady Hospital over here. I don't care. Listen, when you got a reputation like me, you spend a lot of time hiding behind buildings. And I hid behind that Omni, and I waited to finish what I started in that ring. And when Mulligan left, I followed him right to the hospital.
I understand you're upset with Dusty Rhodes, too.
The American dream. That's what I'm going to do to you, American dream.
Well, here are some comments from Dusty Rhodes that I think bear listening to. So let's give a listen to the world champion.
You know, a very short time ago, Columbus, Ohio became the nation's wrestling capital. Harley Race got his return match, Columbus, Ohio, Bruiser Brody. Ole Anderson felt the dream.
Referring, of course, to Bruiser Brody, an exceptionally dangerous and awesome man once he steps in that ring.
Gordon Soley, you know what this flag represents to everybody who's in the wrestling world? It represents the American dream. Let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes. When I was a young man in this business, I used to watch you on TV, and you were so pretty, I didn't know whether to take you home or come down there and beat your brains out. Well, let me tell you something. You come out here and shoot your big mouth off about me. You think you're real cute now that you're wearing the world's heavyweight title? Gordon Soley, there ain't nobody looking at me on this TV right now. There ain't nobody in this building right now that believes that Dusty Rhodes can beat Bruiser Brody in the middle of that ring. And you know what? They're right.
Well, what about in Columbus, Ohio, my friend?
Let me tell you something. Dusty Rhodes, I'm going to put it to you just like I put it to that big, fat Cowboy Mulligan. You know, since I came here, it seems like I've become a real popular man. All of a sudden, everybody knows if they're going anywhere in the wrestling world, they got to go by yours truly, Bruiser Brody. And that includes Dusty Rhodes. You know, the National Heavyweight Championship belt is only as good as the man who holds it. And in case everybody out there ain't realized it yet, the world title is a piece of scrap junk because you got a great, big, fat, worthless pig wearing it.
Well, Blackjack Mulligan wants you in the Omni, too, my friend. A wrestler, there are some competitors that perhaps might dispute that point with Mr. Patera. One thing that Mr. Patera is for sure, and that is, in fact, the Georgia heavyweight champion.
And there it is, the proof. You know, I was just looking over the record books. Out of all the professional wrestlers that are active in the world today, only one he claimed that he's been in the Pan American Games and the Olympic Games and has brought home the gold. And you're looking at him, Ken Patera, the greatest athlete in the world today. All my credentials are around my neck. They're around my waist. And everybody can see the Olympic emblem, USA with the Olympic circles. That means that I am the greatest wrestler, the greatest athlete going right now. And there's a few people that don't have class, they don't have taste, and they wouldn't have it if it came up and bit them. Isn't that right, Gordon Soley? And you know, one in particular is that goofy Tommy Rich. He comes out here a while ago and says,
kid Patera talks about his big muscles, his good looks, his pretty women, his fancy cars, his diamond rings, his tailor-made clothes.
Well, at the Omni on the 9th of August, a chance for him to regain that championship from you.
Hey, Tommy Rich, let me tell you, boy, your chances of taking this belt back are slim and none. You know, you remind me of that 7-Up commercial between Linda Carter and Don Rickles. You know, the one that Don Rickles says that it tastes good, and Linda Carter comes back and says, Donnie boy, that's impossible because you don't have any taste. Well, that's right, Tommy Rich, and you don't have no class. Otherwise, you'd give up, go home, back to Tennessee, you goofy redneck, and leave this man alone. You come out here, you're going to be in the Omni, right? The Omni on the 9th, and you say you got to do. Well, I know what that hold is. And maybe I might be a little reluctant to get in the ring with you. Because I don't like surprises, Tommy Rich. That's why I'm going to snuff you.
To talk to Kevin Von Erich in our closing moments of the program. Congratulations on some outstanding victories.
Well, thank you, Mr. Surley. It's great to be here. Let me tell you a little something. I'm a businessman. I'm here to fill some big shoes that my father filled a long time ago as he handed down to me. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be the greatest wrestler since my father. I'm here to fill a big quest. That's to be exactly like my dad was and is now, and all my brothers are in my footsteps too. I'm telling you right now, I'm never going to lose. I'm going to do everything I can to win. Try to win fairly, but the most important thing is for me to win like my father has always done.
Let me ask you this, and you said that, and I can understand. In other words, in watching you compete, I've noticed that, fine, if a man wants to follow the rules and regulations, you'll go with him. But if he wants to start breaking those rules or bending them, you're not afraid to pierce 60.
Well, Mr. Soley, my father always told me the number one thing is to win.
There was a man who lives, eats, and breathes